So we are ready to go. The anthem has been played. Lineups have been exchanged. Both teams retreat to their dugouts. Bedford will be the home team today, has the benefit of being a #1 seed. Bedford has thrown the ball around the horn. Marceau ready to go. And getting ready to lead off for Exeter is the right fielder, #4, Garrett Roberts. Roberts, a left-handed hitter, leadoff hitter. Marceau peers in for the sign. And we're underway here. And the pitch is bunted back to the mound. Marceau falls, picks up, and he holds on to it.
Unfortunate there. Very first pitch of the game. Jeff just getting used to the mound, and as he finished his windup, he started to go try and field that bunt, which was hit in his direction. He just slipped, lost his footing, and by the time he got it, it was too late to try and get the speedy Roberts out at first.
So Roberts on at first, nobody out. That brings up Cody Morissette, the senior shortstop, another left-handed hitter. Marceau looks over to first and delivers a curveball in the outside corner for strike one.
Generous call there, and looks like home plate umpire might be giving the outside strike tonight, which is important for Jeff to keep in mind.
Lee now creeps in at third. Here's the pitch, and it's a line drive, base hit down the right field line that goes to the wall. Bounces up the 306 marker. He gets away from Fletcher and right. He throws the ball in the second, and Morissette's going to dive into third base for a triple. So just like that, it's 1-0 Exeter after 2 pitches. I'm sorry, 3 pitches.
Yeah, just the start that Exeter was looking for. Marceau was up 0-1. He came with a fastball, and looked like Morissette was sitting on that pitch and hit a nice line drive down the right field line and showed off his speed as he went into third.
So with Morissette on third, that brings up Tom Polhemus, the first baseman, the tall right-handed hitter. Sets in. Marceau pitching from the stretch, delivers, and it's fouled out of play.
Polhemus being aggressive there with nobody out and a man on third, trying to drive in the run, but just a little bit behind that fastball, inside it out at it on the foul ball to the right side.
Marceau sets, and the pitch is a ball low. 1-1.
Marceau was in the 84 to 87 mile an hour range in the semifinal game. He threw his curveball in about 73, 74. We don't have a radar gun on today at the stadium.
Marceau delivers, and it's a ground ball hit between short and third for a base hit. So 3 consecutive base hits have the score up 2-0. So Polhemus on first. That brings up Malgieri, the center fielder.
Let's see if Jeff can settle down here, take a deep breath, and try and get the first out.
Polhemus at first, nobody out, 2-0 already. First pitch is strike on the outside corner. Malgieri committed to Holy Cross in Worcester, Massachusetts. Marceau to the set. He delivers, and it's fouled straight back, 0-2.
Looks like he took a little bit off that. Just disrupted Malgieri's timing.
Marceau trying to limit the damage here in the top of the first. Exeter already up 2-0. And the pitch. Curveball on the outside. Part of the plate, but called the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Polhemus gets off at first. Marceau looks over and delivers, and it's fouled into the stands on the right field side.
Good job by Malgieri to stay alive there. That was a pitcher's pitch with 2 strikes. Borderline pitch that Malgieri had to swing at.
Here's the pitch. And a pop-up hit to second base. Annabelle under it, and he makes the catch. So the important first out for Marceau and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, especially against the cleanup hitter. And now Bedford in line for a double play ball to get out of the inning.
So with runner on first base, 1 out, that brings up the catcher, Sean Lavery. Right-handed hitting Lavery in the 5-hole for the Blue Hawks. Marcel comes to the set, looks over at first and delivers, and it's called strike 1.
Early action in the Bedford pen. Marcel did throw 103 pitches on Wednesday.
And the pitch is low for a ball, 1-1. Polhemus on first, 1 out, 2-0 Exeter here in the top of the first. Not the start Bedford was looking for. Marcel comes to the set, pitch, runner goes, throw it on the second, and he is safe. Looks like he beat the throw. The ball was bounced in front of Annabelle at second, but he had the bag stolen regardless.
Yeah, just maybe a foot short, right on line. Almost a bang-bang play.
So 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to Lavery. Runner on second, 1 out. Costs time at the plate. And Marcel will get a visit from Levine. Again, when a runner on second base like that, catcher usually goes out to the pitcher to make sure that they're on the same page with the sequence of signs that the catcher puts down. Limits the ability of the runner at second to pass the sign along to the hitter at the plate. Marcel comes to the set, looks back at Polhemus and delivers, and it's fouled to the screen. 2-2. Wind blowing out to left. We're across the field toward left field. Not a straightaway breeze. Marcel looks back at second and delivers. It's a curveball on the outside part of the plate. It runs a count full.
Just missed on that one. Now he's got to make sure and challenge him here, make them take the bat off his shoulders.
Lee at third, Barrett at short, Annabelle at second, Mokas at first. The infield defense for the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch. It's grounded, foul to the left of the coaching box. Outfield defense for the Bulldogs, Levine in left, Murray in center, Fletcher in right. Levine handles the catching for Marcel. Two 2-0 the early score here. Exeter up. The 3-2 pitch, and it's ripped base hit to Levine in left. He comes up, gets the ball back into the infield. And Exeter really is swinging the bats well so far.
Yeah, they're attacking the fastball. And Marcel's, he's throwing a lot of strikes, but his fastball is getting a little bit more of the plate than he would want ideally.
So now runners on first and third, 1 out. That's going to get a trip from Coach Billy Chapman out to Marcel. As you mentioned, Andrew, action already in the bullpen for the Bulldogs. It looks like it's righty Patrick Harrington.
Yeah, a couple things going on here. One, like we said, Marcel threw 103 pitches on Wednesday. 2, as we discussed, he faced Exeter in the regular season, and that does a lot for a team because Marcel is such a tall pitcher, lefty, throws hard, takes some getting used to, and they have the benefit of seeing him just a few weeks ago. And then you add in the fact that they came in with a game plan of being aggressive. More set on that triple is the first fastball he saw. And just an unfortunate convergence of variables that's led to this start for Exeter. But again, ground ball right here, and Bedford can turn a double play. They get out of the inning with only giving up 2.
So first and third, 1 out. That brings up Bobby Cleach, the pitcher. The corners will be in for the Bulldogs. The middle is pinched and at double play depth. Here's the pitch. And it's outside corner for a strike.
Perfect start there, right on the outside corner. Gets ahead 0-1.
Marcel peers in, looks over at first, and steps off. We talk about pitch count and pitches in a game. These pitches so far, most or not all of them have been under some pressure for Marcel. When he gets a swinging strike, gets way ahead of Cleach 0-2.
That's right. This is asking a lot of him to have this sort of pressure in the first inning. He responded well with pressure in the semis with all those strikeouts with men on base.
Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to short right field. Fletcher coming in strong, and it's foul. Falls foul. He came sliding in. He actually started to slide just fair, slid across the foul line, and the ball dropped in front of him. He had to go a long way, and again, the wind is blowing the ball back toward the infield and out toward left.
Yeah, the wind was just enough there to make the difference because Fletcher gave that a great effort.
So the count's still at 0-2. And Marcel get to go again. And the pitch is grounded to third. Stopped on a backhand. Stopped on a backhand by Lee. Throws across the diamond to Mokus, who reaches up and makes a sweeping tag on Cleach for the out, but the run will score.
Yeah, great play by Mokus there because the throw pulled him off the bag a little bit. But in one motion, he caught it and tagged Cleach as he was passing. Got the important second out there.
So the contact play was on by Exeter, and the ball came right down the line. Lee made a nice play to his backhand. Here's the pitch ball to Colin Jackson. And when the ball was hit that far to his right, coming up, he would have had a real difficult throw to the plate with Polhemus running down the line. Next pitch in the ball in the dirt. It's 2-0.
Yeah, that was dealing with the combination of would have been a bang-bang play and have to make sure he didn't hit the runner with the throw.
So 3-0 Exeter, and we're still in the top of the first. Marcel delivers, and it's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Lavery at second, the runner for the Blue Devils. I'm sorry, the Blue Hawks. And the pitch is fouled back. Wind seemed to have picked up a bit as the game started. We have a banner in front of our booth here at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium that keeps getting blown up. Marceau sets curveball high, ball 3. So he's run the count full to Colin Jackson. Marceau looking to get out of this inning, down 3-0. In the pitch, swinging strike 3, and that'll end the half inning. So Cleach is ready to go, and Trevor Annable steps into the box to lead off for the Bulldogs. Home plate umpire pointing out a batting donut loose over by the Exeter the dugout, and we're ready to go here in the bottom of the first. And the first pitch from Cleach is high for a ball.
Cleach kind of with a 3/4 delivery, and that fastball had some movement towards the inner half against Annable.
And the pitch is followed to the screen, 1-1. Trevor Annable, right-handed leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs. Takes a pitch outside. That runs to the backstop.
Bedford going with the same lineup offensively as in the semis, with 3 right-handed batters and 6 lefties to face Cleach.
Cleach winds and delivers. And it's ball outside, 3-1.
Well, big moment here. It's only the first batter, but it would do a lot for Bedford to get a base runner.
He winds and delivers, and it's a strike on the outside corner, 3-2. So Annable seeing some pitches here in the leadoff spot. He awaits the next one. Here it is. And it's called strike 3 in the outside corner.
Good pitch by Cleach. Right at the knees, it looked like. Right where he wanted it. As we mentioned, this home plate umpire has been giving that outside corner so far tonight. So
that brings up Joey Barrett, the senior shortstop. 1 out, nobody on for the Bulldogs. And the pitch. It's ball inside. Looked like a curveball that didn't break much.
almost caught his left arm. I thought it may have even hit his jersey, but just barely missed.
Ball outside, 2-0.
Barrett's been hit by a pitch 3 times already in these playoffs.
So 8 pitches into this game for Cleach. Looks like he's struggling a bit with the strike zone. And that's in for a strike, 2-1. Cleach looks in for the sign, winds and delivers, and it's way outside, 3-1. Again, that one goes to the backstop. So the pitches that he seems to be missing with so far have all been away. A couple of them have not been able to be handled by the catcher, Lavery. Does it appear to you he's overthrowing a bit, coming across his body? And
yeah, a little bit for sure.
So the 3-1 pitch is fouled out of play. So for the second consecutive batter, Cleach goes full. Joey Barrett named third team All-State, Division I. And the pitch. Outside, oh, it's called strike 3. So Cleach runs the first 2 hitters full and then gets them both striking out looking.
Yeah, that one looked a little bit farther outside than the pitch against Annaball.
So 2 outs and nobody on. That brings up Grant Levine. Levine, the left fielder for the Bulldogs, and 42nd pick in this week's or last week's Major League Draft. He looks at a curveball for a strike. And the pitch is hit down the line, foul. Just foul.
That's right, Paul. It's been quite a week for Grant. Just a week from getting drafted. Now with an opportunity to play in the state championship game as a senior. State Player of the Year. Just had an outstanding season with 7 home runs and batting over 600.
He's behind 0-2 here. And the pitch is ball outside.
Cleach wanted that one, but that was clearly outside.
Was
good 6
outside,
inches.
Right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cleach winds. And the curveball in the dirt, 2-2.
Good discipline by Grant. We've seen that all season long. Just does not chase bad pitches.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. And the pitch. It's grounded down to first. First baseman Polhemus takes it himself, steps on the bag for the 3rd out. So the Bulldogs go in order. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We've played 1 full. It's 3-0 Exeter. So Green, Layton, and Roberts, 8-9-1 hitters due up the top of the 2nd inning for Exeter. This is the designated hitter, Sam Rollick, who's hitting for the 3rd baseman, Brady Green. Rollick, a right-handed hitter, gets set, and the pitch. It's ball high and away. 3-0 Exeter. We're in the top of the 2nd inning. And the pitch. Grounded right back through the box, and it's in center field for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Rollick. That brings up the 9-hitter, Davis Layton, the 2nd baseman.
Yeah, important for Jeff to throw strikes like he did, but again, that one just caught too much of the plate.
Massau peering in for the sign. Comes to the set, looks at first, and delivers. It's a ball high.
Harrington heading back out down the left field line to the bullpen. Stay loose.
And the pitch. Squares to bunt, and it hits off the catcher's glove to the backstop. And Rollick will go to second. So Layton squared the bunt. Massau delivered inside and wasn't able to be handled by the catcher Levine. Appeal down to base umpire Merle Army. Said that he did not offer, so it is a ball. So now with Rollick on second, the pitch is swung on and missed, 1-1. So the Bulldogs trying to prevent Rollick from going to third. And Massau delivers, and there's a bunt down the first base side. And Layton reaches on a base hit.
Great placement on that bunt by Layton.
The left-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher Massau falls off the mound toward the third base side. The bunt was toward second baseman. Massau ran and tracked it down but did not have a play at first. So now with runners on first and third, nobody out. That brings out Chapman again. I think at this point he's going to be bringing the infield into the meeting to discuss defense here with first and third, as well as let Massau get some time to regroup here. And
yeah, Coach Chapman certainly wants to keep Jeff in the game, give him one more chance to settle down. And the first two hitters in Exeter's lineup are both left-handed hitters, so he wants to have Massau face them, the lefty-lefty matchup. And he's got everybody on the mound to make sure they're on the same page defensively. With first and third, nobody out, they got to talk about some different situations and give Jeff a chance to calm down and see if he can right the ship.
Umpire Brian Troop out to break up the conference, and players return to their respective positions. And Garrett Roberts, the leadoff hitter for Exeter, coming to the plate. He started the game off with a bunt base hit and came around to score. First three hitters for Exeter in the lineup have scored. 3-0 Exeter in the pitch, and it's fouled out of play.
As you might expect, middle infield for Bedford at double play depth. They could use a ground ball or a strikeout here.
Massau comes to the set and delivers. And it's blocked nicely in the dirt by Levine. Bedford trying to prevent any additional runs from scoring here in the top of the second. First and third, nobody out. And the pitch. It's low for a ball, 2-1.
Just missed there. Good pitch by Jeff.
Here's the pitch. And it's a strike on the outside corner, 2-2. Good quality pitch by Massau.
And smart to pepper that outside corner if the umpire's going to give it to him.
Here's the pitch. And it's just a little bit further outside for ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. First and second, nobody out. 3-0 Exeter in the top of the second inning. Massau throwing a lot of pitches so far this game, all under pressure. He delivers, and it's fouled to the screen.
Way ahead of Roberts there. Roberts barely getting a piece of that to stay alive.
We'd wonder just how far Chapman will go with Massau here in this game. He sets and delivers, and it's strike 3 called. He was outside, and he comes back on the inside corner. It really froze Garrett Roberts.
A great clutch pitch there by Jeff Mossow. He really needed it.
So with one out, runners still at first and third, that brings up Morissette. Morissette tripled on the right field line his first time up, and he came around to score on Polhemus's base hit. Mossow looks in for the sign, comes to the set, and the pitch. His strike on the outside corner.
He's got to live right there.
Mossow would love to see a ground ball here to a middle infielder. And the pitch. Curveball just a bit outside, 1-1.
If he lives on that outside corner, he might induce Morissette to roll one over to second baseman and start a double play.
And the pitch. Low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Outfield straight away in moderate depth. Middle infield double play depth. And Morissette asks for time and steps out. And the pitch is again lined to the right field, base hit. Ball comes back into the infield and another run in for the Blue Hawks.
There's another fastball that came back over the heart of the plate. Morissette took advantage with his second hit in as many innings.
So it's 4-0 now, Exeter. With runners on first and second, 1 out, that brings up Tom Polhemus. Polhemus with a base hit his first time up. And he also scored a run. Mossow checks the runner at second and delivers, and it's a ball outside. Malgeri on deck for the Blue Hawks. And the pitch. And it's fouled out of play. Mossow really trying to limit the damage here. Down 4-0 in the top of the second to the Blue Hawks. Shakes off a sign from Levine and delivers, and it's popped out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. Mossow ahead in the count. And the pitch. It's another foul ball out of play. Polhemus actually asked for time, or was starting to ask for time. Home plate umpire Brian Troop did not give it, and Polhemus got back in the box and fouled it off. Polhemus waves the bat back and forth. Mossow to the set, looks back at second and delivers, and it's strike 3 swinging. Really chewed him up inside on that pitch.
Yeah, nice breaking ball there. After all those fastballs away, changed it up there with that breaking ball and got him swinging for the second out.
So huge strikeout for Mossow. He struck out 2 so far this inning, 3 in the game. And that brings Ben Malgeri to the plate. He popped to second baseman in the first. And the pitch is ball low in the dirt, ball 1. First and second, 2 outs. Late in the run, at second, Morissette at first. Both get off their respective bags. And the pitch. High for a ball, 2-0.
Jeff taking a little trip behind the mound to regroup.
He's throwing a lot of pitches. You wonder if this might be his last inning here. Comes to the set. And the pitch. Fly ball, left field. Levine going back to his left. He stops, a couple steps in, and he makes the catch for the final out.
That one drew some oohs and ahs from the crowd, but ended up being a routine fly. Certainly the wind didn't help it, but never a chance that that one was going to get to the wall.
So another run for the Blue Hawks and 3 more hits. We've played an inning and a half. The score Exeter 4, Bedford nothing. So as you get set to go in the bottom of the second inning, the number 4 hitter Ryan Lee comes to the plate. Third baseman for the Bulldogs looks at a ball outside from Bobby Cleach. And again, same miss that we've seen so far from Cleach on the outside. And again, same thing, 2-0.
Yeah, he starts on the far right side of the rubber from our vantage point behind home plate, trying to work that outside corner, but it keeps missing.
And the fall back, healthy hack by Lee. 2 balls and a strike. Cleach working quickly. Back in the rubber, looks in for the sign. Winds and delivers. And swinging strike to Lee. Catcher Levy turns back to ask the count to the umpire. And the pitch. Curveball over for strike 3. It's the 3rd strikeout for Cleach, all looking.
Yeah, that one started on the inner half and worked back across the plate and just froze Ryan Lee there.
So with 1 out, nobody on for the Bulldogs, that brings up the center fielder, Peyton Murray. Murray, the left-handed hitting center fielder, takes a ball outside.
Cleach tried to go to that same breaking ball. Missed this time.
Masso on deck for the Bulldogs. And the pitch is over the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Cleach delivers, and it's ball hit down the left field line, but just foul. Ted Houlihan, the third base umpire, immediately throw up both hands to signify a foul ball. It's probably fouled by about 4 or 5 feet, maybe less.
Yeah, hit well though by Murray. Just a shame that he just missed there. Bedford really needs something positive offensively to get the ball rolling.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Murray. Ready's the bat and the pitch. It's a curveball away, 2-2.
That one was very close. Nice for Bedford to get that call.
Crowd continues to file in here in the second inning. Another curveball away. Another full count for Cleach. He's gone full to 5 out of the 3 of the 5 hitters that he's faced so far. And the pitch is fouled away.
Yeah, Murray's right on that fastball. Good at bat. That's what Bedford has to do, 1 at bat at a time.
Cleach pairs in, winds, and delivers. And it's a ball hit to center field. Malgeri ranges far to his right and makes a nice running catch.
And Murray kind of inside out of that one a little bit.
So 2 out, nobody on. That brings up pitcher Jeff Masso. Masso also hits from the left side. Tall, rangy hitter. He looks at a first pitch and flies to center field. Malgeri going back. Camps under it and makes the catch for the final out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, none left on base. We've played 2 full. Here in Manchester, the score Exeter 4, Bedford nothing. You get into a game like this where nerves are always an issue. To get up early on a team and put pressure on them always is a great game plan if you can execute it.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. I thought Cleach looked like he had nerves, which is understandable in the first inning with a 3-run lead. And it's just unfortunate that Bedford wasn't able to take advantage of it and settle down in the second. So we'll see how he does in the third. But first of all, Jeff's got to try and put up a 0 here.
So Mossau back out. He's going to face 5, 6, 7 for Exeter. This is Sean Lavery, the catcher, who singled his first time up. And the pitch is a strike that gets through the catcher and hits the umpire, which is never a good thing if you want to become friends with the home plate umpire.
Yeah, and oftentimes the umpire will call that a ball if the catcher doesn't catch it, but thankfully he called that one accurately on the inside corner.
So 1 strike to count to Lavery, and the pitch is low for a ball. Mossau would love a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the third. Down 4-0. Looks like a changeup in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. I do miss having a pitch speed somewhere in the ballpark to tell where the pitches are at. And there's another ball in the dirt, 3-1.
Yeah, I agree. And you'd think we'd have it here. And it would help tell the story a little bit with Mossau. As we've talked about, he's gotten more of the plate than he's wanted to on some of these hits, but I think his velocity's down a little bit from last Wednesday.
Mossau winds and delivers, and it's fouled out of play. Crowd is filled in nicely here in the third, behind both dugouts, and over in center field, in the deck on the Hilton Garden Inn. Always a great place to watch a game. Fine food and beverage, and the sun. And time is called at the plate by Lavery. Sun's just starting to creep below the grandstand on the third base side. That means shadows will start moving across the diamond. The curveball is ball 4. So leadoff walk for Lavery. We'll bring Bobby Cleach to the plate. Cleach grounded to third his first time up.
That's the first walk that Jeff has given up. Hasn't really had a problem with control, but he needs to bear down right here.
And the pitch is low for a ball. Cleach, the right-handed hitting pitcher for the Blue Hawks. Mossau sets and delivers, and it's inside for a ball, 2-0. Exeter trying to become the first team to win back-to-back titles since Keene in 1996 and 97. Pitches in the dirt, ball 3. So now it looks like Mossau having difficulty finding the plate.
No action in the pen, but you've got to figure Harrington is warm now and he'll be ready to come in if called upon.
And the pitch is over for a strike. Lavery on first by way of a walk. 3-1 the count on Cleach. Mossau comes to the set. And the pitch is over for a strike, 3-2. So as the sun is starting to move behind the grandstand, the light stanchion, the shadow from the light stanchion is right at the base of the mound. There's a ground ball hit to second. Annabelle ranges far to his left and makes the play to first base. That allows Lavery to advance to second on the fielder's choice.
Good job by Cleach to get that one in play. He hit it softly enough where Lavery was able to get to second. Now Jeff gets to face another lefty, Colin Jackson.
So now there's 1 out. Lavery on second base. And Jackson to the plate. Mossau looking in the dugout as Coach Billy Chapman is moving the infield alignment around. Marceau steps off, looks back in. And the pitch. There's a bunt foul to the third base coaching box.
Looked like Jackson was trying to bunt for a hit there. Mokas was already in, showing that Bedford had scouted out Jackson well. Lee was in on the corner at third as well.
So 1 strike to count. Runner on second, 1 out, 4-0 Exeter here in the top of the third. And the pitch, again bunted. That's rolling foul and quickly picked up by Levine to keep it that way.
Yeah, Levine did a nice job to grab that quickly while it was foul, because it hits one pebble there and it could have easily gone back to the right, and that would have been an easy bunt single for Jackson.
It was really a nice bunt. Did a good job, but started fair and then rolled foul. So behind 0-2. Marceau sets, delivers, and it's high for a ball. Jackson struck out his first time up, appealed down to third base, and there was no swing. Runner on second, 1 out. The pitch. Low for a ball, 2-2. Pitch that Marceau wanted to have. Gets set to go again. And the pitch is outside. Running the count full, 3-2.
The Exeter has done a great job today of not making any mistakes swinging at bad pitches. Good eye there by Jackson.
Marceau sets and delivers, and it's called third strike.
Yeah, that one was more at the knees. The last one was right near the outside corner, but a little bit high. And that one Jeff got on top of and put in the perfect spot right in the outside corner.
So with 2 outs and a runner on second, that brings up the designated hitter Sam Rollick. Rollick singled or scored back in the second. Marceau trying to escape the inning with no runs. The first pitch is high for a ball.
That strikeout against Jackson gives Marceau 4 on the day.
Marceau trying to keep the score at 4-0 Exeter. He delivers, and it's ball low, 2-0. Exeter has scored in each of the first 2 innings. Threading here with a runner on second and 2 outs. Marceau delivers high, ball 3, 3-0.
First base is open, but certainly don't want to walk the number 8 hitter.
Marceau delivers. There's a strike. In the pitch. Ball 4. So now with runners on first and second, 2 out. That brings up the second baseman, David Layton. And that brings another trip to the mound for Coach Billy Chapman. And I'm wondering if this might be it for Marceau.
Yeah, that was the second walk of the inning for Jeff.
He's thrown a lot of pitchings just in this inning alone. And he does take the ball from Marceau, who walks off the mound to applause from the crowd behind the Bedford dugout. And a handshake from Pat Harrington, who's coming in to pitch for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Coach Chapman didn't signal there so he could go out and talk to Jeff, and patted him on that left arm that's done so much for Bedford this season. Didn't have his best stuff today, but he battled as hard as he could. And Bedford with the luxury of turning the ball over to Harrington, who's had a great season on the mound. Didn't pitch in the game against Exeter during the regular season. That was Mossow going 6 innings, and then Tim Saltzman pitching the 7th.
I believe the last time that Harrington pitched was on the quarterfinal game 2 Saturdays ago against Salem. He came in on relief of Mossow, who pitched the first 3 innings of that game. Harrington, the senior right-handed pitcher, who did some catching for the Bulldogs early in his career at Bedford.
Yeah, that's right. In that opener, Mossow threw the first 3 innings and Harrington threw the last 2, and he had 3 strikeouts in that appearance. So he got his confidence in the playoffs, and now he's going to come out and try to get this first batter to end the 3rd, and then throw up a bunch of zeros and give his guys a chance to get back in this.
So Harrington's ready to go. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. 4-0 Exeter. Harrington peers in, comes to the set, and the right-hander delivers, and it's away for a ball 1. Harrington trying to prevent any further damage here in the top of the 3rd. In the pitch, swung on and missed, 1-1. Lavery at second, Rawlick at first. Late in the batter. In the pitch, strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, Harrington was certainly paying attention as he comes out trying to live on that outside corner as well.
Shakes off a sign from Levine. He sets and goes right back to the outside part, but way outside for a ball, 2-2.
Good spot for a waste pitch.
In the pitch, curveball in the outside corner, called strike 3. So Harrington does his job, gets the last out of the half inning, and the score remains 4-0 Exeter. We've played 2.5 innings. So we're ready to go here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That brings up the designated hitter, Avery Mossow. Cleach sets and delivers. It's a ball outside. Listening to the Bedford Bulldogs baseball on 105.1 Bedford. The pitch is grounded to first baseman, and he steps on the bag for the first out.
Yeah, Polhemus was playing well behind the bag there. Gave himself plenty of time to react to that ball that was down the line, but a couple hops, he had plenty of time to go over and field it, get him out unassisted.
So that brings up Zack Fletcher. The freshman right field looks at a ball inside. In the pitch, it's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Cleach working fast. He delivers. And it's fouled out of play. 1-2. In the pitch. It's grounded hard to third base. Morissette momentarily bobbles it, comes up throwing, and makes the play.
A little shaky on that one. Morissette bobbled it once and threw a little bit high, but Polhemus is a tall first baseman who's able to reach up and grab that and maintain his other foot on the base.
So with 2 out, nobody on, that brings up the first baseman, Nick Mokus. Cleach has retired all 8 batters he's faced so far in the game. First pitch is a curveball called for a strike. He delivers, and it's inside for a ball, 1-1. Mokus, the tall left-handed hitting first baseman for the Bulldogs, swings and follows it into the stands down the left field line.
Looks to me like Mokus is hitting with wood. And that sure sounded like wood. Interesting strategy.
Mokus raised the bat and the pitch. It's inside for a ball. You're right. I'm looking from here. Definitely a wood bat. It's funny now, as the players arrived, I saw him walking through the concourse with a wood bat, and I didn't know if it was something for the coach or he was walking with one of the coaches, and I don't know if it was one of the coach's bats or not. I didn't think much of it at the time. But he swings and follows it down to the coach in the first base coaching box.
Yeah, you'd think maybe a fungo or a practice bat.
Right.
But it's obviously a bat with some sentimental value for Mokus, and it's the one he wants to go to battle with.
He's ready to go here with a count 2-2. Cleach winds and delivers, and a curveball. Nice job by Mokus just to get a piece of it and stay alive.
Baseball is, and hitting specifically, so much about mental focus and confidence and whatever it takes to be comfortable in the box.
Mokus played for the Legion program in Bedford with Wood Bat League. And the ball inside, and he did not go. He checked the swing. Appeal made down to Houlihan, Ted Houlihan, the umpire at third. He said he did not offer. So Mokus swung, hit with a wood bat back in the Legion days, and hit very well for Bedford with the wood bat. And he grounds the ball between first and second, and it gets through, and it's going to be a base hit for Mokus.
Well, there we go. He's got a big smile on his face. He broke the ice, broke up the no-hitter with a wooden bat. Seeing eye signal to the right side.
So Polhemus range fought was right, went by him. Leighton, range fodder was left, actually got a glove on the ball, stopped it from going into right field, but no play. And that's the first hit and first base runner for Bedford. So with 2 outs and a runner on first, that brings up the leadoff hitter, Trevor Annable. Annable went down looking his first time up. Cleach sets, and a swing and a miss. First time all game that Cleach has worked out of the stretch.
Nice to see Annable coming out aggressively, swinging at that first pitch.
Mokus gets a lead at first, and the pitch. Swing and a miss again by Annable, 0-2. Cleach looks over at first, comes to the set. In strike 3 straight fastballs, and Annable goes down swinging. Okay, we are back. Northeast Delta Dental Stadium. The score, Exeter 4, Bedford nothing. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Leadoff hitter, Garrett Roberts. It's a fly ball to Levine in left. He ranges back and makes the catch for the first out. So to recap the game so far, Exeter got 3 runs off of Massau in the first. They added a second run in the second for their 4 runs. Bedford has but 1 hit. A single by Mokus in the bottom of the 3rd. We're at 4-0 Exeter here in the top of the fourth. And the ball to Cody Morissette. Morissette has tripled, scored, and singled his last time up. 2 for 2 with a run scored. Harrington delivers a fastball away, ball 2.
Harrington has retired the first 2 batters he's faced. Off to a great start.
The ball hits sharply to right at the right fielder Zack Fletcher, and he makes the catch. Good job by Fletcher. I mean, the sun right now is setting over the stadium on the third base side, and the sun appears to be right in the eyes of the right fielder, second baseman, and first baseman. So 2 outs, nobody on. That brings up Polhemus. Polhemus looks at a ball low, ball 1. Polhemus has singled, scored his first time up, and struck out swinging in the second. He grounds the ball to short, Barrett up with it, makes the throw to first, and it's safe.
Wow, great stretch by Mokas. He went into a split, fully extended as he caught it, but bang bang play, and the umpire calls Polhemus safe.
Barrett came up with the ball, and on the transfer to his throwing hand, it looked like he just bobbled it for a split second, and that's all it took for Polhemus to reach first. So go down as a hit for Polhemus, and that brings up Malgeri, who popped out to second and flew out to left. And he follows it back to the screen. So Harrington attempted to get a 1-2-3 inning, about half a step short, not even that. Polhemus, those long strides, gets down the first base line pretty quickly. The throw over to first base, and Polhemus is back easily.
Malgeri, the cleanup hitter, looking for extra bases to try and get another run in for Exeter, up 4-0.
Here's the pitch, and fouled back to the screen.
Harrington's had all the Exeter batters a little bit off balance so far. Nobody can quite get the right timing against him.
He's ahead here in the count, 0-2 to Malgeri. Harrington looks over at first, comes to the set, and delivers. And another foul ball out of play. The third time through the order already for the top 4 hitters in Exeter's lineup. We're in the 4th inning. And the pitch, curveball, fouled into the crowd. Here at the stadium, the screen has been extended along to the dugouts, protecting the fans as Major League Baseball has attempted to prevent injuries in the stands from foul balls. Harrington sets and delivers, and it's a ball outside.
That was a good play over there by that parent who looks to be a Bedford baseball supporter, given his colors.
A lot of fans sitting up in the boxes for the corporations that have by the runner goes, bobbled at the plate by Levine, and the runner is safe at second. The stolen base. Levine came up with it, and he too bobbled it coming out of his glove. So Polhemus steals second base. The pitch was a ball, so it runs the count even at 2-2. 2 outs, runner on second, 4-0 Exeter. Harrington sets and delivers. The ball's in the dirt. It gets away from Levine and allows Polhemus to go to third.
A little more pressure now on Bedford's defense with another run only 90 feet away. Bedford infielders got to make sure they make the play here and get out of this inning.
So 3-2 to count. 2 Malgeri. Harrington sets and delivers. It's a fly ball to center field. And the catch is made for the final out. So Bedford's going to bring up 2, 3, 4 in the order. Barrett, Levine, and Lee down 4-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Bedford so far with just 1 hit. Had a ground ball single last inning from Nick Mokas. Barrett struck out looking his first time up, and he follows a pitch straight back to the screen.
Nice aggressive start to this at bat as well. You're seeing a change with Bedford. They know they can't wait around. They've got to attack and start making things happen.
Barrett steps back in the box, and he looks at a ball in the dirt, 1-1. Cleach pitching well through the first 3 innings. As the ball outside, 2-1. Cleach will be playing ball in the fall at University of Maine. He winds and delivers, and another ball outside, 3-1.
Barrett, no stranger to leading off. He's done that plenty of times this season. He and Annaball flip-flopping the 1 and 2 holes all season long.
Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's called strike on the outside corner, 3-2. Cleach winds and delivers, and it's ball 4 outside. So that's been Cleach's miss all game on that outside part of the plate, or just off the plate.
That's the first time it's hurt him, though. That's the first walk he's given up. And that was close. That was a borderline pitch that Barrett took, and could be a real momentum changer for Bedford to get that called a ball.
So leadoff walk for the Bulldogs. That brings up Grant Levine, the senior left fielder, left-handed hitter. And the throw over to first base, and the ball gets away from the first baseman, Polhemus, and that allows Barrett to go to second. He rounds second. He's going to keep going. The throw coming into third, and it gets away from the third baseman and runs it out to the outfield line, and Barrett is held up by Coach Billy Chapman, down 4 runs. You don't want to make it out at the plate with Grant Levine with the bat in his hand.
No, smart move there by Coach Chapman to hold him at third.
So a leadoff walk and a throwing error by Cleach. It gets all the way to the bullpen, and Coach Chapman's calling a timeout. It appears that Barrett has injured his left hand sliding into the bag, and here comes the trainer from the Bulldogs to take a look.
Barrett looks like he's in a lot of pain. He can't even stand still. Coach Chapman having to grab him to try and settle him down so that the training staff can take a look.
So he went in, he took off as soon as the ball got away from Cleach. He took off, looked over his shoulder, could see the ball was way out in the bullpen. He did not stop. He turned, and a nice strong throw from the right fielder, Roberts, as we mentioned during the pregame warm-ups. He's got a tremendous arm, and a strong throw to third base. It came in on 1 hop. Barrett slid in head first, his hand to the bag, and now he's calling timeout again because it looks like his finger, his pinky, you can see from here. There's time has been called. You can see from here, it looks like Barrett's finger is dislocated or something wrong with it.
And that's strange because that's what I was thinking. The way he was shaking his left hand after the trainer left, it looked like he was going to be good to go. And that's what it had been, a dislocated finger. But then you could see even from here, way up in the booth, that his left pinky is not in its normal straight position.
So the trainer came out, took a look at him, went back in. The ball was put live in play. Barrett started leading off third base bag and turned and showed his left hand to Coach Chapman. Coach Chapman immediately turned and asked for time, or tried to get the home plate umpire Brian Troop's attention. The third base umpire Ted Houlihan was calling for time. Brian Troop did not see it. The pitch was delivered, but it was a no pitch. And it looks like that Barrett's good to go. The trainer has left, and Barrett's still at third base. So the McQueen's coming out to argue that it was a pitch because time had not been called. Time had not been granted by the home plate umpire, but it was evident that Ted Houlihan was calling timeout from his position down at third base. All three umpires are getting together to determine whether or not that was actually a pitch.
While they do that, just notice that Barrett now has some black tape on his left pinky and ring finger. And as a right-handed thrower, of course, that shouldn't interfere with his defensive play. So he's going to stay in the game.
So home plate umpire Brian Troop, after the meeting, turned to both dugouts and signified that there's no count. So it was not a pitch, and he signified up to the PA announcer that there's no pitch. So no count to Levine, runner on third base, nobody out. And the pitch is low for a ball. So Bedford trying to break across here with its first run of the game, down 4-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Levine readies the bat. Cleach working out of the lineup. He delivers, and it's high and inside for a ball, 2-0.
Now let's see if they give Grant anything to hit. You don't want to put a base runner on here with a cleanup guy coming up who in one swing can make it a one-run game.
Here's the pitch, and it's way outside. It looks like they're not going to give him anything to hit.
Yeah, because on the flip side, if Grant takes one deep, then that's going to give Bedford a lot of confidence and momentum.
Wind blowing out to left. And the pitch is popped up to shortstop Morissette, who gets under it and makes the catch. So Levine gets under one and pops it out for the first out of the inning. With one out and Barrett still at third base, that brings up Ryan Lee, the third baseman. Lee struck out looking his first time up.
And Grant obviously had the green light there and got a great pitch to hit. Just under it.
So the infield is back for the Blue Hawks. They'll concede the run. The first pitch to Lee is outside for a ball. Cleach winds and delivers. It's strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Barrett at third, one out, 4-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. And it's swung on and missed by Lee, 1-2.
Big moment here for Lee to get the ball in play. Bedford needs to get that first run on the board. A ground ball or fly ball will do it.
Cleach delivers. There's a ground ball to third base. Morissette gobbles it up. Strong throw to first for the out, 6-3, but the Bulldogs will score. And Exeter will give up the run to get the second out of the inning and empty the bases.
Big at bat by Lee with 2 strikes to put that ball in play on the breaking ball.
So that brings up Peyton Murray with the bases empty and 2 outs. 4-1 now the score. And a curveball over for a strike. Murray readies the bat. Cleach winds and delivers another curveball inside this time for a strike. And the pitch is fastball high and away, ball 1. And the pitch, curveball, fly ball left field, Colin Jackson under it, and he makes the catch for the final out. So Bedford scores on the walk and the 2-base error, throwing error. So we've played 4 full innings from New England Delta Dental Stadium. It's the score: Exeter Blue Hawks 4, Bedford Bulldogs 1. So Exeter will bring up the 5, 6, 7 hitters: Lavery, Cleach, and Jackson. This is Sean Lavery, the catcher. He singled and walked. (4-1) the score here. Bedford with their 4th appearance in the finals in a row. Winning the championship in 2016. And the pitch. Curveball high. Losing to the same Exeter team last year in the finals. Harrington pairs in for the sign. Goes to the windup. And it's ball inside, 2-0. And the pitch is a strike. The shadow is just starting to make its way behind the third base bag onto the diamond. It's a foul ball straight back to the screen. 2-2. I would imagine as the game goes on, Andrew, that shade from that light stanchion is going to come right across between home plate and the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem here in the next couple innings.
There's a ball in the dirt. Ball 3. Not many games played here. The Fisher Cats at 4 o'clock starts are usually either 7 or 1 o'clock start. The Division II championship game follows this one at 7 p.m. Harrington delivers, and it's fouled out of play. The game will be against Portsmouth against Goffstown. Three balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter of the inning, Lavery. And the pitch is fouled to the screen.
Both guys really battling here. This is important at bat. Bedford really wants to get the leadoff hitter out here.
Bedford looking for its first 1-2-3 inning of the game. And the pitch. Fly ball center field, Murray ranging back. Camps under it and makes the catch for the first out.
So much can depend on where you play and what the conditions are that day. You mentioned the 4 o'clock start time with the shadows, and during the regular season the game was at Exeter with the field is a lot smaller. The wind was blowing out.
The wind the wind this afternoon has been steady since we got here for pregame. The first pitch to Cleach is lined to left field for a base hit. The wind has been consistent. I don't think there's ever been a moment where the flags have been still. Now it looks like it's going across the diamond, across the field from right to left and out. Hasn't appeared to have been a factor in the game so far. It hasn't affected anyone's ability to make catches. So runner on first base, 1 out. That brings up Colin Jackson, the left fielder. He struck out each of his 2 times up. And he follows it. That's a ball hit to third base.
Another great play by Mokus at first.
It was a check swing down to Lee at third, who came up and fired across the diamond. And Mokus with a great stretch, and he's coming up a little hobbled because he was a full out split to make that play for the second out.
Yeah, stretching towards second base, and now he's stretching his leg, and he really just barely caught it. It turned into a snow cone catch. He held it up for the first base umpire. And got that important second out.
He's laughing about it now, so I don't know if he cramped up or what with that stretch. But with Jackson, it appears that he's a constant threat to bunt. So Lee was in on the grass at third. The pitch was a fastball inside that Jackson checked the swing, but the ball hit the bat, bounced down to third base, or toward third base. Lee came in, made the play, came up and threw to first to get the out. So now 2 outs and a runner on second, and that brings up the designated hitter Sam Rollick. Rollick has singled and walked. And a curveball in for a strike.
It's a courtesy runner at second now. Number 10, Jonathan Linndrum. In for Cleach.
Exeter trying to add on to a 3-run lead here in the top of the 5th. Harrington delivers, and it's a ball out of play, foul ball out of play. So Harrington quickly ahead in the count 0-2. Harrington pairs in for the sign. Sets. And delivers. Ball outside, 1-2.
Cleach not known for his speed on the base paths, and Exeter trying to scratch out every run that they can. Getting some wheels on at second. Hoping for a 2-out single.
Here's the pitch to Rollick. Fly ball right field. Fletcher going to the line. He makes the catch in fair territory. Just in front of the 306 marker and right.
Really nice play by Fletcher to track that down. Dealing with the sun that you talked about. Going all the way to the corner on the warning track near the foul line. Just a few feet from the wall and dealing with the wind. And that was a really important play to keep the deficit at 3.
We're at 6, 7, 8 in the order for the Bulldogs. Beautiful night, beautiful afternoon for baseball here in Manchester. Cleach winds and delivers. It's a curveball for strike. Cleach has been throwing that curveball a little bit more through the second time in the order for the rest of the lineup. This is his first time facing Harrington. And a swing and a miss, 0-2.
That one almost looked like a knuckle curve to me. And we haven't seen that today. It's been more of a slider so far.
Cleach winds. And it's a ground ball hit to short. Morris set up with a long throw across the bag. And Harrington will beat it for a single. So the ball was hit deep in the hole between short and third. Third baseman did not have a play under Brady Green. Morissette ranged far to his left, made a nice play and immediately fired across his body, but Harrington's speed just beat it out.
And that's only the second time Bedford's got their leadoff man on so far. And of course, last inning in the 4th, it was Barrett who came around to score. So great start for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 5th.
So 2 outs, 2 hits for the Bulldogs so far. Both of them have been infield hits. That brings up Avery Mosso. And a swinging strike. Harrington at first, nobody out. 4-1 to score here in the bottom of the 5th.
Big hole on the right side for Avery if he can pull a ground ball.
And he squares the bunt, he offers, and it's fouled back. 0-2.
Well, let's see if he can battle here. Keep the pressure on Exeter by putting the ball in play here.
Cleach shaking off the catcher, Lavery. He comes to the set, and the pitch is inside for a ball. Harrington on first, nobody out. One ball, 2 strikes to count. The set and the pitch. And it's swinging strike 3. So Mosso's down on strikes. So 1 out, 1 on. That brings up the right fielder, Zack Fletcher, who grounded to short his first time up. Fletcher, left-handed hitting right fielder. Looks at a ball, a strike called inside corner. Fletcher didn't think so. He jackknifed out of the way of that pitch. Cleach checks Harrington at first, and he delivers high, ball 1.
Yeah, Cleach can be deceptive with that tail on his fastball. It's hard not to give up on it when it starts at your knees.
Cleach sets, and delivers, and a fly ball hit to right. Roberts moves under it, makes the catch for the second out.
Fletcher just got that one off the handle. It had the trajectory of a ball that may have gone to the wall or even gotten out of the park, but just off the barrel there.
So 2 outs, and Harrington's still on first base. That brings up the number 9 hitter, Nick Mokas. Mokas grounded a single between first and second that was knocked down just on the outfield grass by the second baseman Leighton for the Bulldogs' first hit of the game. He swings and misses, strike 1. Mokas still with that wood bat. Looks down at the sign from Billy Chapman. Cleach sets and delivers, and it's fouled back out of play.
Cleach ahead again, 0-2. Tough position for these Bulldog hitters, but again, Mokas, if he could pull it to the right side, he could ground another one through that hole.
And he does. Ground ball to second baseman. This time, Leighton is able to make the play and throw on the first to retire Mokas. So a leadoff single is wasted. Bedford is unable to score. He played 5 full from New England Delta Dental Stadium. And the score is the Exeter Blue Hawks 4, the Bedford Bulldogs 1. So we're ready to go to the top of the 6th inning. Leadoff hitter for the inning would be Davis Leighton, the second baseman for the Blue Hawks. Harrington winds and delivers, and it's a ball low. In the pitch. Inside corner for a strike, 1-1.
Got some action in the Exeter bullpen now. Ethan Mbimbo, a junior who faced Bedford during the regular season, is starting to get loose.
It's a pitch by Harrington, and it's swinging, strike. Both pitches, Cleach and Masso, pitched their games on Saturday. I'm sorry, Wednesday. They had their full complement of rest. Cleach has been effective in this game today. Harrington winds and delivers. There's a ground ball to short. Barrett tried to go to the backhand, but the ball just went by his glove.
Yeah, that one was in the hole, so no matter what, Barrett was going to have to hurry. And that ball just stayed down on him as he tried to backhand it.
So leadoff hitter on for Leighton, for Exeter and Leighton. And that brings up Garrett Roberts. Roberts has singled, scored, struck out, and flown out. The first pitch gets away from Levine, back to the backstop. And that allows Leighton to go to second.
Now Bedford's got their hands full with a man on second, nobody out, and we'll see if Roberts squares around to try and get that base runner to third with 1 out.
Runner on second, nobody out, 4-1. Harrington sets, looks back at second, and delivers. A strike on the outside corner, no sign of bunt there from Roberts.
Mokas and Lee still in on the corners here with only 1 strike.
Harrington looks in, comes to the set. And the pitch, and there's the bunt attempt, and it's bunted foul. And he actually calls him out. He stepped on the plate and made contact. So home plate umpire Brian Troop came out and made the call. The bunt attempt, the hitter steps on the plate and contact is made. The hitter's out. Now Coach McQueen's coming up to ask Brian Troop what happened. And Brian Troop explains to McQueen, who's looking toward his dugout, to ask his hitter if he really did step on the plate. There's really nothing that he can do at this point. He can't go to the plate, the base umpires, because there's no way they can see from their position whether or not he was at the plate. So McQueen is explaining to Roberts that he's out. So Roberts goes back to the dugout.
Now Bedford can play back. Mocha's playing deep here with the left-handed hitting Morissette up. Got to keep this ball in the infield if it's a ground ball.
So 1 out now. Run around second base. You don't see that very often. You don't see it called very often. Let's put it that way. I'm going to put it down in my book as a strikeout. I don't know what else to put it down as. So here's a pitch by Harrington. It's over for a called strike. So left-handed hitter Roberts was up, and he squared to bunt. And our view, of course, is blocked from we're right behind the plate. So umpire Brian Troop immediately called that he had stepped on the plate when he made contact with the ball, and there's another called strike, 0-2. And Roberts turned, and he was getting ready to get back in the box, and home plate umpire Brian Troop was immediately signaling that he was out, much to his surprise. So 2 strikes to Morissette. Harrington delivers a curveball, and it's driven to left center field. That's going to get down and through to the wall. Ball's picked up, and Morissette's chugging for third. Throw to third base, and he's in with a triple, his second triple of the game, and another run scores for Exeter.
Great wheels by Morissette there.
Murray got to the ball quickly. The ball was hit between Murray and Levine. Threw the ball in the short. Relay was on target but late.
It's the first ball we've seen hit left of center that's found a gap. Perfectly positioned there. No chance for Levine to come anywhere close to that ball.
So with a run in, 1 out, and Morissette at third base, Billy Chapman has no choice but to pull the infield in to try to cut down the runner at the plate. Here's the pitch to Polhemus. It's a strike on the outside corner.
You tip your cap to Morissette on that as well, because he hit that with 2 strikes. Clutch hit for the Blue Hawks.
Driven to the 380 mark in left center, the deepest part of the power alleys here at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium. He winds up with a triple. Pitches ball low. You don't see too many triples to left center. But Morissette, with good speed, made it easily. And the pitch. Low for a ball, 2-1.
Harrington doing a good job keeping the ball down here, trying to reduce that ground ball.
Harrington sets, checks Morissette at third, and a curveball is fouled at the plate. 2-2.
Polhemus sort of lost his footing, his back foot, as he attempted to hit that curveball in the inner half. Let's see if Harrington goes back to it.
Harrington sets and delivers. Ball in the dirt, blocked nicely by Levine. It squirts over to the third base line. Morissette cannot advance.
So he did go to the breaking ball again, but that one was in the dirt, a couple feet in front of the plate. Polhemus wisely let it go.
3 balls, 2 count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. And the delivery is fouled out of play. I'd like to remind our our listeners, to stay tuned for Beatles Rewind with Matt Dion on Bedford 105.1 right after the game. Polhemus readies the bat. Harrington sets and delivers. Curveball stays inside for ball 4.
Yeah, just didn't quite release that where he wanted to. Didn't get that bite like he had on that second strike. But with 1 out and a man on first, now runners at the corners, you've set up the double play.
And that's exactly the defensive alignment for the Bulldogs. The middle infielders have pinched back to double play depth, while the corners will remain in for a play at the plate. Levine out from behind the plate. Gives the infielders a sign on the steal. Harrington checks the runner at first. Algieri at the plate. And the pitch. ball outside. Harrington trying to prevent any additional runs from scoring here in the 6th. It's now 5-1 Exeter. In the pitch. On the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Polhemus at first, Morris set at third. 1 out. Ball outside, 2-1. Harrington delivers, swung on and missed, 2-2. Harrington gets the sign, checks the runner, comes to the set. In the pitch. Strike 3 called in the outside corner.
Huge pitch right there for Harrington. Get that second out with the runner still at third, and now any out will do it here. Get Bedford out of the inning, only down 4.
So first and third, 2 out. That brings up the catcher Lavery. He's taking off his shin guards in the on-deck circle and walking to the plate. So you have Polhemus on first by way of a walk, and Morissette on third by way of an RBI triple to deep left center. Once again, Levine out from behind the plate to give defensive singles to his infielders in case of an attempted steal by Polhemus. Lavery waves the bat. Harrington peers in for the sign. Sets to the chin. And the pitch. Popped up foul. Mokus ranging over toward the stands. He just can't make the catch. He went over toward the stands and he was feeling with his left hand for the fence. And the ball came back into the field and he just couldn't make the play.
Yeah, just unfortunate timing there. As you said, he's trying to find the border, find the railing, and then right when he looked up, that's when the wind kicked in and pushed it back towards the diamond a little bit.
And as we said before, that sun right now really in the faces of the first and second baseman and the right fielder as it sets over the stadium on the third base side. So 1 strike to count, and the pitch. Way outside, ball 1-1.
Nice job by Levine to bounce out there and secure that pitch with the runner on third.
(5-1) the score here in the 6th. Exeter up top. Harrington sets and delivers. It's a ball high, 2-1. And the pitch from Harrington is high again, 3-1. Harrington laboring a bit in this inning. He came on in the 3rd in relief of Masso. The pitch is away for ball 4. So now the bases are loaded. And that brings up the pitcher, Bobby Cleash. The 2 outs, bases loaded. Bedford looking for the final out from anyone here to prevent any more damage. Exeter has scored 1 here in the top of the 6th.
Kyle Levine wisely paying a visit to Patrick Harrington. As you said, he's been laboring a little bit. Give him a chance to catch his breath and get fired up here to try and get this last out.
Bobby Cleash He's grounded to third, grounded to second, and singled. And again, a timeout by Levine, and he trots out to the pitcher. Coach McQueen talking to Cleach as he jogs back to the plate. Harrington back on the mound looking in for a sign. He gets it. He sets and delivers, and it's fouled out of play.
Well, good start in this at-bat by Harrington. Getting ahead of Cleach, who's put the ball in play. Found a way to hit a soft liner to left his last time up.
Harrington sets and delivers. Swinging strike. A ball that was up out of the zone, and Cleach went after it. So Harrington ahead, 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th, 5-1 Exeter. And the pitch. It's called strike 3 on the outside corner. Nice job by Harrington to get the final out.
Cleach looked back at the home plate umpire, wondering about that call, but that's been a strike all day long.
And he should know he's been getting the same pitch all game. Consistent strike zone. So we've played 5.5. We're going into the bottom of the 6th, 5-1 Exeter. So we're ready to go here in the bottom of the 6th. Trevor Annable steps in. Cleach ready and delivers. The curveball over for a strike.
You mentioned the shadows earlier. Right now, Annable standing in the sun. Shadows between him and Cleach, and then Cleach is in the sun.
There's the pitch. And it's on the outside corner for a strike. And the 0-2 pitch is way outside for a ball. Joey Barrett on deck for the Bulldogs. He's scored the only run so far for Bedford.
And Bimbo warming up again in the bullpen in case Cleach gets into trouble.
The pitch is outside in the dirt. Evens up the count at 2-2. Good crowd here today. Both teams that are playing in the Division II game are here. The Hilton Garden Inn is packed. It's ball 3 high. So after falling behind, the count is now full. Annable looking to become the second leadoff runner for the Bedford this game. And it's fouled back. Out of play. Wind still blowing across the diamond from right to left and out. The pitch and swinging third strike for Annable. So Cleach gets the leadoff hitter and Annable swinging. And that brings up Joey Barrett. Barrett has struck out and reached on a walk his last time up. Here's the pitch. And it's a curveball outside, ball 1. Bedford with only 2 hits in the game. Both infield singles. Ball 2 outside. Another ball outside, 3-0.
One pitch at a time, one batter at a time.
Bulldogs in dire need of base runners. There's the pitch. The outside corner for a strike, 3-1. (5-1) the score. And the pitch is outside for ball 4. So Barrett reaches on the walk for his second consecutive at bat. So that brings up Grant Levine. Levine has grounded to first and popped to short. Barrett gets a lead at first. Cleach looks in for the sign. Over at Barrett. He sets. And it's inside corner for a strike.
It looked like that knuckle curve to me that Cleach hasn't been able to throw for a strike yet this inning, but perfect pitch there to start off Levine.
Here's the pitch. The ball is driven right at the left fielder, Jackson, and he makes the catch.
Yeah, really hit well there by Grant, but wind not helping them in there, and Jackson was deep to start with. Didn't really have to move much to make that play.
No, he's positioned perfectly. It's hit right at him, it seems. So the runner on first with 2 out now. That brings up Ryan Lee. Lee has struck out looking and grounded to short. Ball high. Bedford's offense has been stagnant all game. Here's the pitch. Swinging strike, quick throw on the first, and Barrett is back easily. One ball, 1 strike to count. Cleach sits and delivers. And a ground ball hit sharply down the third base line. It's by the third baseman Green. Goes all the way down to the wall. It's bobbled there. And Barrett is held at third base by Chapman. So a double for Ryan Lee. Gets runners at second and third with 2 outs. And Peyton Murray, the hitter.
I thought when that ball got away from Jackson that Barrett would be able to score, but Jackson recovered quickly and got it back to the infield. Coach Chapman had to hold Barrett there the last second.
And Coach McQueen, coming out of the dugout, asked for time to make a mound visit. And Coach Chapman will take the opportunity to speak to Barrett. And Murray. And Murray's last time at bat hit a sharp line drive to left fielder. It was a well hit ball. One of the few that the Bulldogs have hit well today. And he's looking for another good at bat, make good contact, and hopefully it falls. Bedford has a chance here to get these 2 runs in and make it a 2-run game. So McQueen gets done with his mound visit, now giving some instructions to his infielders. And he's sticking with Cleach. And Bimbo is in from the bullpen, so he is ready to go if needed. So Bedford has runners at second and third. Runner at second is Lee. Barrett at third. 2 outs. 5-1 to score Exeter. And Peyton Murray, the hitter. And the pitch from Cleach, and it's inside, ball 1. And the pitch. And a base hit to right field, hit hard to Roberts. Roberts up and throwing hard, and all the way through to the catcher, and prevents any additional runs from scoring. But Barrett comes in from third to score the second run for the Bulldogs. Lee goes to third, and Murray on with a sharp base hit to right field.
Great swing by Murray. Huge clutch at bat. And then Harrington with a chance to keep it going here. 2 men on, only down 3.
Harrington singled between third and short his first time up, beat out the throw by Morissette. Murray with the lead at first, and a curveball over for a strike. Roberts really came up, nice charge, and the ball came up firing. Lee had no chance of scoring. And ball inside, 1-1. 5-2, the score here in the bottom of the 6th. Cleach sets and delivers, and it's a ball low. 2-1. That draws some complaints from the Exeter crowd. Cleach sets and delivers, and it's popped. See if it reaches the stands, and it will. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Cleach walks back slowly to the mound after getting the ball back from Lavery. He's trying to get the 3rd out of the inning, while Harrington is trying to extend it. Runners on 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Cleach sets to the belt and delivers, and it's swinging strike 3, and that retires the side. But the Bulldogs do score a run after 6 full to score Exeter 5, Bedford 2. You're listening to Bedford Bulldogs Baseball, Bedford 105.1, WBNH LP Bedford. Okay, we are back at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium. The score is Exeter 5, Bedford 2. Leading off the top of the 7th for Exeter is the number 7 hitter, Colin Jackson. Jackson has struck out twice and bounced to 3rd. The first pitch is outside for a ball. A quick recap of the game so far. Exeter got on the board early and often in the first, scoring 3 runs. The first 3 hitters. The pitch is high for a ball. To go up 3-0 in the first, they scored an additional run in the second to go up 4-0. They scored another run to make it 5. Bedford has come back and scored 2 to be down 5-2 here in the 7th. And the pitch is high for ball 3. Jackson with good speed. Harrington does not want to walk him. Behind in the count here, 3-0. The pitch is over the inside corner for a strike. Harrington delivers, and it's high for ball 4. So Jackson does walk, his first time on base all game. And let's see if they do anything with him.
Action already in Bedford's bullpen. Tim Saltzman up, as well as left-hander Avery Mossow.
That brings Sam Rollick to the plate. Rollick, the designated hitter, has singled, scored, walked, has flown out to right. And the pitch is in the outside corner for a strike. Jackson off at first. Set, and a curveball that hits him square between the 1 and the 7. That was a curveball that never broke. And Rollick is on. So now you have runners at 1st and 2nd, nobody out. And we're getting, appears to be a courtesy runner, as McQueen is meeting with home plate umpire Brian Troop to make a substitution somewhere. I believe it'd be on the bases for Rollick. And that's the case, so we'll see number 13 for Exeter. We do not have on the lineup card. Oh, here he is. It's Brady Green, the 3rd baseman. He's actually coming in to pinch run.
I suspect that this will be Harrington's last batter. Right-handed hitting Leighton. Top of the order, 2 lefties coming up. You'd think that Mossow would come in to face them.
So Leighton gets some instructions from McQueen. So Bedford looking for the bunt. Both corner infielders are in on the grass. Harrington sets. And he does square a bunt, and he bunts it, nice bunt, as it rolls foul and picked up by, or batted by Harrington. Harrington batted the ball quickly as Levine did not pick it up, and it went over to the Exeter dugout.
Harrington motioning, of course, that was unintentional, that the ball deflected all the way to the Exeter dugout.
So Leighton unable to get the bunt down. He looks down at McQueen for signs. I would imagine that the bunt would still be on in this situation. Harrington sets. Leighton does not square and swings away. A runner goes to third, and its throw is at third, and he's safe. So they had Leighton swing away. He swung and missed. Lee was in on the grass for the bunt, and he just could not get back. The throw was good from Levine, but Lee was just not able to get back to the bag. So no runners on first and third, and Levine comes out behind the plate to give defensive signs. So Leighton's down in the count 0-2. Jackson on third, Green still at first. And there's a swinging strike 3. So Leighton goes down on strikes for the first out. So now runners on first and third, 1 out. That brings up leadoff hitter Garrett Roberts. Roberts has singled, scored. He struck out. He's flown out to left and struck out swinging. And Coach Chapman calls timeout, and he's motioning to Avery Massa, the lefty, to come out of the bullpen. So Harrington has pitched well. He's allowed 1 run on 3 2/3 innings. He was effective in stopping what could have been a blowout here early in the second inning after Massa gave up, in the third inning, after Massa had given up 4 runs in 2 innings. And Harrington gets a well-deserved applause from the crowd after pitching effectively in the game.
Yeah, you're right, Paul. He had 5 strikeouts in those 3 2/3, and did an admirable job keeping the Bulldogs in this one.
So that brings in Avery Massa, the younger brother, another lefty in the family. Junior left-handed pitcher, serves as the DH in games that he doesn't pitch for the Bulldogs. So he'll come on to try to prevent any runs from scoring.
Looks like Collins is going to come in with Avery and be his battery mate, replacing Kyle Levine behind the plate.
Don't usually see a change in catchers in the game. Probably a comfort thing with Massa and Collins. It looks like Massa is ready to go. Collins signals to the home plate umpire that Massa is fresh and ready. And home plate umpire Brian Troop meeting with McQueen to go over some of his changes. So he has right now Jackson at third, Brady Green, who's in to run for the designated hitter. He stays in that spot in the order since Rollick was DHing for Green. So Green on to run in that spot. So runners on first and third, 1 out. The top of the order, Garrett Roberts coming up. McQueen is talking to Roberts. And umpire Brian Troop says, let's go. Get back in the coaching box and let's get this thing going. So Avery Massa set to pitch to Garrett Roberts. He sets to the chin and delivers, and it's fouled back out of play. Roberts looks down at McQueen, who flashes signs. Green off at first. Moss out to the set. And he delivers. And it's a bunt. It's a squeeze. And Moss will have to go to first for the out. So it was more of a safety squeeze. The runner at third, Jackson, held. And waited for the ball to be on the ground before he took off. And Mosso had no choice but to go to first to get Roberts. So that's a second out of the inning. And with that, Green advances to second. So with 2 outs and a runner on second, that brings up Cody Morissette.
Morissette 3 for 3 now with 3 for 4, sorry, with 3 RBIs.
He's tripled twice and scored a run. The pitch for Massa was outside, ball 1.
That last play, that bunt, it was almost an instant replay of the first at-bat of the game when Jeff Mossow slipped on the mound, and Avery slipped as well, but he was able to recover and get that out at first.
Pitch by Mossow in the outside corner for a strike. So that run makes it 6-2. Exeter tacking on an insurance run here in the top of the 7th. Mossow sets, checks the runner at second and delivers outside and low, ball 2, 2-1. Mossow trying to prevent Green from scoring from second with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. He delivers and it's fouled straight back, 2-2.
Morissette took a big swing on that, trying to get his 3rd extra base hit of the game.
Looks like on his follow through that he might have hit Collins. And he taps him on the shoulder and apologizes. Mossow sets and delivers. And it's swinging strike 3, went high fastball to end the inning. So Exeter gets a run. They leave 1. And after 6.5 to score Exeter 6, Bedford 2. So Cleach has done a good job against this lineup. And he'll face Avery Mossow to start off the bottom of the 7th. Mossow's grounded to first and struck out. First pitch is driven deep to foul right field for the first strike.
Mossow got great wood on that, so to speak, but ahead of it. Mossow hitting with aluminum.
And he lines the ball at third base. It's in and out of the glove of Green. He throws to first, but Mossow beats it out. Green dove to his left. The ball was actually in his glove and popped out prior to him hitting the ground. He stretched out completely to his left, got up and threw the first, but Mossow beat it out for a single.
Well, great start for Bedford. The season's on the line here with only 3 outs, and very important that they got the leadoff runner on.
So that brings up Fletcher. And he looks at a strike in the outside corner. Fletcher has grounded to short and flew out to right. Mossow gets his lead at first in the pitch. And it's fouled out of play. So Fletcher behind 0-2. Fletcher seems to be upset with himself as the pitch that he liked, he just didn't hit. Cleach sets and delivers, and it's a ball high, 1-2. Cleach trying to go to distance here for the Blue Hawks. And the pitch. Curveball outside, 2-2. Try to get that backdoor curveball into the left-handed hitting Fletcher, but it stayed outside. One on, nobody out. 6-2 the score. Fletcher fouls it back to the screen.
Great job there by Fletcher to get a piece of it and stay alive. That ball was on towards the outer half there in that area that the home plate umpire has called a strike throughout the day.
Cleese sets and a curveball outside again. So the count is now full, 3-2 to Fletcher, with Masso on first. Cleese sets and delivers. And it's a line drive hit right at the second baseman. Masso off the bag. And he's easily doubled up there by Davis Layton. Base running error by Avery Masso.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate because Fletcher hit that one right on the screws. Just couldn't hit the ball any harder, but just right at the second baseman.
And Masso was off as soon as the ball left the bat. Yeah, when he saw the ball was caught by the second baseman, he tried to get back, but it wasn't close. So now quickly 2 outs and nobody on for Nick Mokus. Mokus has an infield single and it grounded out to the second baseman. So the Bulldogs down to the last out. The pitch is high, ball 1.
Bedford's got to start over here.
Mokus gets back in the box. Cleese winds and delivers. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Cleese winds and delivers, and it's popped up. Green under it in foul territory, and he makes the catch for the final out. And the Exeter Bluehawks are the NHI AA Division I 2018 champions, defeating the Bedford Bulldogs 6-2 here at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium. So that'll do it here from Northeast Delta Dental Stadium. The final score, Exeter 6, Bedford 2. For Andrew Hansen, I'm Paul Woodmansee. For Bill Jennings on the video side, and Harry Kozlowski here producing and engineering on the radio side. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you soon.